Welcome back to It's Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got another compilation video today for women that still appreciate men. The series seems to be doing well. I'm going to do a couple more videos like this, but I also have some other videos coming up today. Please, again, put a like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And let's chow time.
I think they're trash all over this country. Men are trash. A lot of men don't know how to treat women.
Hey, you can speak for yourself. Like, the men you
Shout out
pick are
to
the
Pearl.
problem. Because I have 5 really great brothers. I have a really great father. And so if you have an issue with men, like, that's a you problem. And don't put that on me.
All I have to say is, Pearl, God bless you, queen. You know I'm on your side, baby. Always. I really get bothered at women who say all men are trash, all men are perverts, all men are weirdos. That's the reason why I always speak the way that I do, whether it's rude or whether you like it or not. Because if you are allowed to say stuff like that towards men, I'm allowed to say whatever I want towards you. Because think about that. Just because you feel like men are that way, and hence what I just said, you feel that all men are bad. You don't know all men are bad, so it doesn't give you the right to treat them, dog them out, criticize them as if you're Miss Perfect. So if you guys don't like my mouth and, oh, you're a pick-me or this, you're that, no, honey. I understand every guy you came across dogged you out. That's why you view it that way. But some women like Pearl and I have had great experiences with men. Now, we're not saying we're oblivious to the bad men in this world. We're not blind. We see it.
Of course,
but we do not put ourselves in positions to be around those type of men to make it taint our view of men. If that's what it's doing to y'all, really, in all reality, stay away from men. And I hate that women point the finger, especially women who say, you know, men are bad, men are this, men are that, and act as if women aren't just as bad. I have literally shedded light on so many videos of abusive women, women who are super toxic, women who have no respect, women who degrade their men. So we see it is both genders. So this whole kill all men shit and we can't stand men, ladies, let's just stop. This is not going to work in anybody's favor. This tit for tat going back and forth,
100%
literally
agree.
picking at each other without giving actual like, hey, let me help you with this or giving advice. It's not working. And I'm sorry to say this, but like when I look at my brothers, especially like one of my brothers, Benny, I had went through one of the darkest times in my fucking life, you guys. Like I have never been so bad. And Benny knows me out of a lot of my siblings. I'm not an emotional person. So for me to be that messed up in the head and not be able to like, I was working and doing all the guys. If you would have seen me, I was going through it. And my brother was there every step of the way. And people love my brothers. So when you guys say all this stuff, pipe it down. I get it. The dudes you mess around with, is that the reason why you think that?
It's definitely
Keep
the
that
dudes
shit
that
to yourself because nobody wants to hear it, dude. But I'm with Pearl on this one, y'all. Like the whole men hating thing, it's annoying. And all the pick me comments, no, you're saying pick me to women who have been around good men.
Yeah.
How does that make us a pick me? I'm sorry, we defend men and we care about the opposite gender. That might be a rarity to you, but baby, it exists. Just like you delusional crazy women exist that fucking are on this feminist bandwagon, there's women like us who advocate for men, stand by men, and care about men's mental health.
Have you ever been in love?
I don't think so.
Do you want me to describe it to you?
Look at how happy they are.
Of marriages end in divorce, and 80% of those divorces are initiated by women. So why are women leaving marriages? Why are women so unhappy within marriage? My personal opinion is because 50-50 doesn't work. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of it comes down to finances or lack thereof.
I mean, yeah, a lot of
from a video talking
marriages
about feminism.
do
So
end
what
in
does
divorce
this have
because of
anything to
finances.
do with feminism? Feminism says that we don't need no man, that we can do everything ourselves, that we can do anything a man can do, but better. And it's just not true.
Jeez. I didn't realize they said that we could do better.
What does it take for two
I thought it was just
people
anything we can
to
do, they can
stay
do.
together, to stay in love? Desire for each other, respect, and polarity. Nowadays, most modern relationships don't have...
I'm not exactly sure what she means by polarity. I think that's terms that women use, and I don't exactly understand what that term means when it comes to relationships.
Any sort of polarity to them. And I think that's a big factor as to why so many people end up unhappy within their relationships. The rise of androgyny has come upon us.
It has.
And I don't think it's for the best. When we boil it down, the man needs respect and he needs to feel needed, not just wanted. He needs to feel needed. And the woman needs to feel loved and wanted.
This is true, guys. To be able to keep your relationship, you always have to show her that you love her.
The woman keeps that desire for her man. So if the man is not doing manly things to keep the woman with the hots for him, she's likely going to look elsewhere for those tingles.
100% agree.
Of course, there's always going to be some sort of financial stress or life challenges, a freaking pandemic. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But there's always going to be those life difficulties, right? But when it comes down to it, if you have those base core things, those core attractive qualities between each other, all of the other things, all of the hardships will just be able to flow a little bit easier since that foundation is still strong.
There's no real significance in marriage today thanks to feminism and the women's liberation movements.
Yeah.
Let me explain. Before the sexual revolution in the 1960s, men and women stayed celibate until marriage. They lived separately and had very separated lives. Marriage was very significant, as when you got married, you'd never had sex, you'd never had kids, you'd never lived with the opposite gender as well.
This is true.
And weddings weren't something that families used to spend a lot of money on, as the marriage itself was significant enough. And
that is probably one of the biggest things nowadays, is how much people spend on weddings. I heard a story that a woman faked a whole wedding with pictures, venue, everything, with a fake groom just to try to get her ex to text her, but it didn't work. So, like, this big day for a lot of these women seems to be just out of social media. It wasn't a big thing before.
And the only people who spent large amounts on weddings were the upper class. After the sexual revolution in the 1960s came the pill, which followed casual sex, getting pregnant outside of wedlock. Men and women living together before marriage became the norm. And you see, this is why we see so many people spending money on weddings today, because nothing really changes when you get married. People feel the need to break their bank accounts to make their marriage seem
She's right. If you're living together and doing everything already, what really changes?
There used to be a dramatic change in lifestyle when you got married, but now everything that used to be done in marriage
other than a
is
piece
now
of paper
done outside of marriage. There's no real significance in marriage anymore, and this is all thanks to feminism and the women's liberation movements.
The fact is that women's rights have trumped men's rights for a very long time.
They have. They have.
Men don't have a choice. If a woman gets pregnant, she wants to keep the baby, guy's got to pay, or he's the deadbeat dad and a loser.
That's what we get labeled.
He's going to pay big time too. Doesn't matter what he wanted. If woman decides that she's going to abort the child, guy doesn't have a say in that. Where's his rights? Why are women's rights trumping men all the time? I'm sick of this shit. You only want equality for yourself, not for the men. Men get screwed in divorce all the time, and they have forever. Every court system is set up that the woman gets the child in the divorce 9 times out of 10. Men are going to pay child support, etc. forever. And it's ridiculous. Men don't have rights. The courts need to address those inequality for men.
I really don't see the courts doing that. They make money off of these things. They make money off of child support. The state gets refunded 66 cents on the dollar for every every dollar they collect for child support. Knowing that, of course they're going to overcharge men because they want that money. It's crazy.
So you're an artist? Yeah. Are you good at it?
Copyright issues. Oh man, let me look at this. He doesn't know this woman, and he's protecting her against 2 dogs. These dogs can probably fucking maim him pretty hard. I think that's what a lot of women don't realize. Good men are the men that are going to be protecting you and doing these things for you. It's not the weak men and the feminized men that are going to do this. They're going to be too scared. They're going to be there with you, like on top of the car. Where this guy tried to put the 2 women on the top of the car and protect them from the 2 dogs. strong men that know what they're doing and like are strong about themselves are gonna do this. If they're weak, they're gonna be just as scared as the women around them.
Well, if you're drunk, you can't legally consent to sex. So, is this you just admitting to a crime?
Let's do a little thought experiment, shall we?
Okay.
And ignore the redness here. I'm having some kind of allergy. So, let's say that a guy and a girl go home and they are both drunk. They have sex. Next day, the woman wakes up and says she doesn't remember anything. That's rape because she couldn't consent. She was too inebriated, right?
Yeah, that's what.
But if we're
happens
fighting
a
for
lot.
gender equality, then why aren't we asking the question of whether the guy could consent? Why do you assume that she couldn't consent, but he could? Maybe she raped him. How do you know it wasn't the other way around? We always tell men that they shouldn't go home with drunk girls.
This is a
but
good.
what happens if he's drunk?
Good
Is it
take
okay if the
on
girl
this.
goes home with him? That's fine, right? You know how many of my guy friends have said, I've woken up in bed not remembering anything that happened. If I were a girl, I could just go to the police and that would be rape. But since I'm a guy, no one cares. So what, now we're going to say that they raped each other? No, they were both drunk and they made a stupid decision. But they were both inebriated. It was a stupid decision. But are you going to say that she raped him and he raped her? What are you going to do now? What about men's rights? Do those not exist anymore?
No.
Well, if you're drunk, you...
It's hard to say. I don't think they do for most of these types of subjects, especially the whole grape slash essay scenarios.
Help! Help! Oh, how can I help? What? Is there a way I can help? I need help. Do you want help? What? You don't
I think
want
how
help.
most men feel in society for sure.
No. Alright, well thank you. You're welcome.
The society tells us we're okay.
Bye.
We should be fine.
Help.
Somebody gotta say it, and I'll be the bitch to say it. Y'all booty head
I love her.
bitches do know that men struggle
Shout
too,
out to
right?
Kelly.
Cause think about it, bitch. If you struggling just trying to take care of your motherfucking self, what the fuck do you think he doing, bitch, trying to take care of
Exactly.
himself, you, and probably your booty head ass kids? Considering the fact that women
She's
do
hilarious.
make the same amount, if not more than men, how the fuck you
that's
expecting
true
him to
statistic
pull a rabbit out of the
nowadays.
motherfucking hat when, bitch, you got the rabbit and the motherfucking hat, bitch? You don't want to get up and go to work, bitch. Do you think he want to get up and go to work, bitch? Then you're taking all his motherfucking money. Then, bitch, you have a baby. Then you want to go to the courts and make him pay you, bitch. But if he did the same thing to you, you'd be mad. I'm not taking care of no nigga, but you want that nigga to take care of you. So men they ain't allowed to struggle. They ain't allowed to have hardships.
No, we're
Although
not.
you causing the motherfucking hardship, bitch. But see, is this okay, y'all gonna say I'm wrong, but I don't give a fuck. Don't shoot the messenger, bitch. I'm out of here.
This is for all the men out there who are struggling after leaving a toxic relationship. Remember, it's not them you miss, it's who you wanted them to be. It's what you wanted the relationship to be.
I
And as much as you wanted
her.
them to be
This
your
is
person,
what I felt like.
the person who's meant for you is never going to abuse you, disrespect you, or treat you badly.
Nice, sweet chow right there. Hope you guys liked it. Again, I'll try to make some other compilations today. It takes me a little bit to find all these videos. It's just, there's actually not very many videos of women actually appreciating men. So I'm trying my best to find them. But again, I appreciate all the comments. Shout out to everybody that left comments and told their stories on my last few videos. Like, there was a gentleman, 61-year-old, talking about how he was a passport bro and how most of his people in Australia were passport bros. Shout out to him. And the one black gentleman that mentioned one of the stories and gave his take on how black men view some of these things. I really appreciate you guys for sharing your views. Please comment as much as you guys like and have other people learn from you guys and learn from everyone, because it's the community that wants to build, that teach younger men, like, hey, be careful out there. We're not saying women are completely bad or just women are just trash or anything like that, but there's a quality of women out there that most men would probably want to look for, and it's hard to find that women, or those women, I'm sorry. So again, appreciate everything. Please leave another like and subscribe down below. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao time.